What is good, people? What is good, people? I am live at 1:30 in the morning. We're conducting a little bit of an experiment here. This is either going to go really horribly or okay. We'll see how things pan out. How's everyone doing? It is the night before UFC Qatar. Card starts much earlier than I realized. Hope everyone is having live at 1:30 in the morning. All right, hang on a second, guys. Let me turn my YouTube down. Shama, how you doing, bro? It is the night before UFC. How you doing, Bodie? What's good? What's good, John Snake? Big boss himself.
Well, thank you. I'm ready to.
How's everyone doing tonight? What's good? Yeah, this is gonna be a bit of a, like I said, it's a little bit of an experiment. I don't usually come on this late, but I had a bit of a mad one at work today. I feel like I'm saying that all the time, but it was an especially mad one today. I got a follow-up story for you from Monday's events. I've managed to catch up a little bit on what's going on in the MMA world. Seems like a little bit of a crazy weigh-in. Shout out to the people who messaged me, by the way, on Discord and Twitter. I had a few people going, "Where's the fucking live?" I didn't think I was. I had an entire like 4 people asking where I was, so I felt obliged to jump on and give you guys a little bit of a performance. Frankie, on that good acid right now. I fucking wish I was, man. 1:30 in the morning. Managed to get a little bit of a nap in after I got back from work. Spill the tea. I'm going to. You're about to be probably disappointed in your boy, but it is what it is. How you doing, Tiff? What's good? Yo, Frankie. Sorry I couldn't make it yesterday. It's all right, bro. It was a little bit of a short one yesterday. I didn't really have the energy. So you guys will remember last Monday, yeah, I had a little bit of an incident where I got punched in the head. That student came back today, and it somehow got even worse. You look like you bullied Harry Potter when he was a kid. You trying to say I look like Draco? I'll take that as a compliment. Do you know what? Yeah, I'm starting to go a little bit. I've got a few grey hairs turning up in the old the old bonnet. So I might have to just go full silverback. Do you know what I mean? I don't know why I said so. Full silver is what I'm saying. Happy Friday. How you doing, Yoda? By the way, if I call you guys out by your ats today, it's because that's how it's being shown to me. So if I accidentally mistake who you are, my apologies. Where's your Discord? I don't even know it. Somebody else made it for me. So I don't even know what it is. Did he throw leg kicks? No. That would have been glorious. That would have been a nice surprise. I got fucking Masvidal. Now, to those of you in the community who don't know what Masvidal means, it was a good old sucker punch to the back of the head. Yeah, man, your boy got sucker punched. So I'm now 0-8 on the university campus. Disgraceful shit. Technically still a decision, but it was not the best day for me. I got back home, decided to have a little bit of a nap. I wasn't even sure if I was going to live stream tonight. Head still banging a little bit. Diet Pink, mate, it's sick. I feel like I get enough of a certain community turning up and having a go. I think if I went pink, it would just be me telling the whole community that I've embraced the zestiness and I'm ready to go. You should get Giddy to FaceTime your student. He likes to make empty threats and incite fear. Still not dropped. It was just a bit disappointing. Like, he sucker punched me in the back of the head. And then I was a bit surprised. Like, I've turned around and I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? Without saying the fuck part, obviously, because you can't get away with anything being on this side of the fence. So he was obviously very, very angry still. So We had a little bit of a back and forth then, and I took a couple more shots after that. But yeah, it wasn't really my best altercation. The thing that kind of stood out about it to me was what he said after the sucker punch and after I asked him what the fuck he was doing or what the hell he was doing. He basically said, I can do whatever I want to you and you're not allowed to do anything. And I'm not going to lie, there was a moment. There was a very brief moment where I felt like laying him out. I'm not going to lie. But what I said instead was, does that make you feel good? It was really, really lame what I said. I said something like, does that make you feel good fighting somebody that you know can't hit you back? And apparently it didn't really dissuade him because I took another 4 or 5 shots after that. So not great. And I almost got my finger trapped in a door as well a little bit later on in the day. So it hasn't been the best week for your boy, but we're here. We're going to have a good time tonight. I'm not sure how long we're going to stick it out for, but there was at least 4 of you in the community that couldn't do without a nice Fight Night Frankie stream. So here we are. Can you not press charges for assault in the UK? Our place doesn't really go down like that. I don't even think he's going to get suspended. And 2 members of staff saw it as well. I don't think he'll even get suspended. He ended up hanging out with me for the rest of the afternoon. We even had lunch together after that. How you doing, Tone? What's good, man? No visible damage. I got, like, to be fair, it was on the back of the head, the first one. And then the rest of his shots, again, were on the side of his head. He clearly hasn't been watching UFC like the bros. There was a point when I kind of just let him hit me. And I was thinking to myself, if he hits me in the nose, this is going to be a bad day. But I know from being hit from him on Monday that he favors those, like, side to the head shots. So I was fairly confident that I wouldn't get my nose broken. But at that moment when he said that, I thought to myself, I'm just going to let him have a few shots off here just to prove that I don't have to do anything to him for this to be a pointless situation. But I'll be honest with you, yeah, my head is bumping. He kind of caught me on the side of the head, like, when someone hits you right on the ear and you get like a little buzzing noise. So I'm slightly regretful about that. Brutal. Oh, shout out, bro. I was hanging out in the Brutally stream as well. That was a good one, bro. Sorry, I've just realized I've been rambling and not paying attention to the chat. Sorry, boys. I'm going to lock in now. In today's world, it's actually more shocking when someone says, surprise, I'm not gay, trans, a bush, a cat, a dog, a furry. I saw the furry comments. I stuck around just to see how you'd react to that. A man who likes men, but is actually a fish cyborg from Mars. Nothing's rare anymore. Damn, he tried fighting you again. Yeah, it was a few like pot shots. The back of the head shot, it didn't really hurt. It was just more surprising. He kind of caught me like right on the back of the neck. I've got Gary and Hooker. You're going striker heavy. I'll be back in 10. Have a good one, Tiff. Thanks for turning up as always. You will pop my socks out. Thanks, man. That's fucking hell. As compliments go, sorry, I'm a little bit flustered tonight. It's very late in the evening. That one caught me off guard. I got pneumonia. It might be it for me, gang. Shit, pneumonia is serious, man. Don't tell me you're at home. Tell me you are being a true Fight Night Frankie supporter and live streaming, liking, and subscribing from your hospital bed. Please tell me that's happening right now. Get this man to a hospital immediately. Nah, no way Armand's losing this. How you doing, Moody? What's good, man? It's been a while since I've seen you about. Ramble over. I've got to say, I'm going with Armand as well. I think he'll just take him down. How set are you on Usman fighting Islam? I'm like 75% sure. I think they're going to do that. I don't imagine that like they put like Morales in front of him or Prates and he's going to be like, yeah, let's go for that. There's no way he's fighting him. No fucking chance. So I'm sticking to my guns on this one. I'm not going to make any stupid bets, even though I win them. Look at your boy's track record, 1-on-1. I think he'll do Usman, then he'll fight Ilya. I think he'll cajole Ilya into coming up to 170, and he'll beat him. I have Arman by sub, 3rd, 4th round. I think it could be even sooner than that. Hooker does have a tendency to get taken down in the 1st round and get strangled. If Ian Gary wins, Ian Gary has way more of a chance than Morales and Prates at this point. Gary's a very, very strong possibility, and the UFC does seem to be behind him. I think he's the only one that could throw a spanner in the works. However, if he goes to war with Belal and it's close, it dampens that a little bit. Because everyone kind of sees Islam as like the far superior, better version of Belal Muhammad, which obviously he is. Arman is going to finish this Hooker off and make the Hooker a sub. Morales is my new favorite fighter. I couldn't disagree with you more. Sorry, I couldn't agree with you more. Sorry. That performance to me, it wasn't just the fact that he knocked the guy's head off. Sean Brady is very, very good. It was the low stance. It was like the game planning. It was the pop in the shots. It was the patience. Morales is going to be he's a big boy as well. I always think when I look at a Makhachev, and Makhachev looked bigger than JDM in my opinion. I've always looked at a Makhachev fight and thought, damn man, he's so much bigger than everyone. He will not be bigger than Morales. And Morales is not stupid. Game plans well. Big dude. Good takedown defense. Apparently he has nukes in his hands, which you never saw before. We've seen it in his last 2. Yo, Frankie, will we get our first vegan champion? Does Sean O'Malley kind of count? Take it easy, big boss man. Thanks for turning up. I appreciate you pulling up for a little bit before Betty buys. Appreciate you, man. The low stance, the hips are always far away from it. This is the thing. Leon Edwards showed that you can make a go of that. You know, with the grab in the hand and stopping double legs. That was the first part of it. Just moving your fucking hips back and having a low stance and keeping you. Now, obviously, you have to have a good range in order to be able to get away with this shit. Yeah, I mean, Weili couldn't go out there and do that to Shevchenko, for example, or she'd just be getting her nose picked off all night. But for someone like Morales, who's massive for the division and has a little bit of like length to them, that could be really effective, especially against wrestlers. Morales fights with confidence in himself, not the most technical, but he fights like he can't sleep. And this is another aspect of it as well. I genuinely believe that a lot of people go in there against Islam and they're just overawed by the cunt. And that's a recipe for disaster. If you're looking over there and game planning for what he's going to do and how you're going to get out of it, you're never going to do well. So in my opinion, you need somebody who's going to go in there and be willing to impose their own game plan and not be starstruck by this guy. And I think Morales, but the thing is we can talk about this till the cows come home. He's not fighting Michael Morales. There's no way. I'm always worried about Morales' weight cut, but he gets it done. He's young enough to get it done at this point. There will be a point where Morales is probably going to have to go up to middleweight and be a little bit smaller there. He's going to have to do the Whitaker style of it. But I think while he's young, the weight cutting's much easier. I wish Leon continued in the same way he fought in round 1, man. 100%. Impa. You mean Impa Kasanganai? Whenever I think of Impa Kasanganai, I just think of the most dirty, brutal KO of all time. Shout out to Buckley. Morales is 6 foot and has a 79-inch reach. He'll give Makhachev problems. I completely agree with that. And Tinos, I agree with you as well. I think Leon had a really good first round. And once he got hit, he felt like he had to get it back, and that was his downfall. But I called it. I said he was going to get knocked out. I was a Leon Edwards fan until he disgraced our entire nation with the Belal thing. But I think we saw that with JDM. He took a participation trophy. I guarantee you, he spent the majority of his camp figuring out how to work his way up from bottom. If you envisage yourself in those positions, you're going to find yourself in them pretty fucking quick. Islam has to go to sleep before he retires one more time. I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but he's in a position now where he can kind of pick and choose what he wants to do. If we can get him to man up and go back down to 155 and fight Ilya, we might see that happen. But he's already laid out his intentions to stay at 170. So I think we see him retire without fighting anyone good. Leon actually did a good job in round 1, taking Prates down. He's got that in his game. Leon Edwards is very, very well rounded. He just doesn't have nukes in his hands. And when you play that game, you get those prizes, don't you? What did Leon do to Bilal? I'm uneducated. He basically like dated him for 25 minutes. It was a very quick date. It felt fucking slow to me, but it was a long date. There was a little bit of fingering in the bum hole. That's all I remember about it. But I just remember it being really embarrassing. I remember 2 minutes into their date, I was like embarrassed for the entire. I was deflated. I was embarrassed. I'd like to remind everyone I was dressed in a wolf onesie at the time. Thanks to the fucking chat for making me do that. Edwards got KO'd because bro fought with his ego instead of his game plan. 100%. As soon as he got clipped a little bit, it was it. How close are Chimaev in Islam? On the evolutionary scale, couple thousand years behind, mate. Imagine how fucking boring that fight would be. And by the way, I'm gonna call this up. I'm gonna call this why you brought it up. What did I say about Chimaev? Got another cold, didn't he, the cunt? He's saying he's gonna be out until May. I said it would be a year. That would make it 10 months, I think. Everyone gave me shit in my shorts and stuff. Your boy's correct again. What can I say? Any chance we see Chimaev come down to welterweight for a double belt? I don't think so. I don't think so. We've seen what his weight cuts have been like for that, and it would be a difficult situation for him because Islam would be at his strongest, and Chimaev would be obviously cutting to get down there. So the thing is, Ribovix, yeah, I'm not even going to take any credit for that. You just have to look at history, man. The guy does not want to fight. Used to think Edwards would be tough for Chimaev. Chimaev would be able to smoke, bro, and make Leon. Bro, Junior, you weren't the only one, yeah. I said, yeah. I said that Leon Edwards would beat fucking Makachev. That was a slight mistake. Honestly, let's run Hamzat versus Islam right now. Imagine trying to get those two to line up at the same time. You have to catch Chimaev at the perfect time to get a fight with him. You have to hope that there's no there's no colds going around or anything like that. You have to hope that Ramadan's obviously would clear a Ramadan. Then there's certain countries that you can't fight in. It's very, very hard to get this guy locked in. Putting the belt on this guy was the stupidest decision that the UFC made. He should have never got a title shot. I'm sorry. It's ridiculous. And now we're going to have to do with middleweight just floating and letting the contenders do all the heavy lifting, which is exactly what I predicted. But yeah, Junior, you're not the only one who had that thought. I was very high on Leon Edwards for a while, and that shit was very misplaced. But it is what it is. We live, we learn. MMA math doesn't always work out. What are you going to do? He made a sucker of all of us. If Ilya eventually moves up to welterweight and beats Islam, would he be the GOAT? He'd take his place on GOAT Mountain. I feel like he needs to have a few more fights for that. Same way as Islam's not the GOAT of the sport for me right now, even though he's done great things. He needs a few more. I think Ilya needs, because Ilya is relatively young in the game as well, compared to everyone else. I think he needs like 3 or 4 big scalps to get the job done. But he would take Islam off GOAT Mountain for sure. I've noticed Chimaev never fights outside of Abu Dhabi anymore. He doesn't. I think he fought in America for his last fight, or Canada, if I'm not mistaken. I might be wrong. Where did he beat DDP? Wasn't it, or was it in Abu Dhabi? God, he's a bitch. I think it was in Abu Dhabi. So that is what it is. But the thing is, we get enough of those cards every year for it to be viable. But just don't give Usman the next title shot. He doesn't deserve it, but he's an Ali Abdulaziz cunt. Brutally raid. First it was a brutally raid. Now it's a Dougie raid. Shout out to Dougie. You're not gonna get that much from me tonight, to be honest. If you're looking to catch me at my best, tonight ain't the night for that. It's like 2:00 in the morning. My head is banging. Yeah, last fight was Vegas. I had a feeling it was in America, because I think his ability to get into the USA has changed now. Ilya beating Islam at welterweight makes his undisputed. I mean, that's a good point. Considering his size, if he goes up, that is incredible. But it won't be like undisputed. Do you know what I mean? People will still be able to go, oh, well, he hasn't fought enough people, blah, blah, blah. I might be delusional, but I see Ilya going welterweight and beating Islam. I don't think it's ridiculous. I just think he's going to be way too small. Ilya is amazing on the ground, but he needs to get him down to 155 where he can drain him a little bit. Thoughts on Jeff Molina's fight with homosexuality? It looks like he embraced that shit to me. I don't know how he allowed himself to get filmed that way. That would be my take on that. One thing is sucking a dick, right? Another thing is letting, and it's not like it was like ghost filmed as well. He was one shot away from smiling and giving the thumbs up. What did you expect to happen, cunt? What's good, Mitch? How you doing, brother? Hope you're having a good evening. Prime Usman versus Islam would have been a mad fight. I'm not gonna. Prime Usman would have done an amazing. Usman's amazing, but the Usman of now, he looked great against Buckley. Don't get me wrong, but it's not so much that Usman couldn't give him a fight. I believe that he could. He just doesn't deserve it, man. He's 1-4 in his. He's 1-3 in his last 4. Fuck that. The 2 times Dougie raided you was the last time when you and Argenti were arguing, and I know it was 130. Yeah, we saw how that went down. He's still mad at me about that. I still get like passive-aggressive comments from Argenti saying, oh, I'm not smart enough for this, and oh, I don't have enough aura for this, and he's still pissed off about it. How you doing, Cheds? Little salty fuck. Did you see Armin headbutt Hooker? I did. And we all know that absolutely nothing's going to come of that. The reason why I didn't bring it up at the top of the stream is because in most cases that would cause a fine or, you know, some kind of backlash from the UFC. We know that they'll probably give him a little talking to at the back, and that's about it. Talking about the LGBTQT HDMI PF5 community, did you see them, Zesty? I have seen them, man. I can't unsee them. This is what I'm saying. Losing to him, like losing to a guy who's that big and powerful is one thing, but losing to a guy that's doing that is another thing entirely. And it probably makes him more scary. There's nothing more scary than a guy that can take it in the arse and smile. Do you know what I mean? If anything, that would add to the I don't know. I don't know. Good day, mate. How you doing? I don't know why I said that in an Aussie accent. Came from the worst streamer named Dougie. Oh yeah, that cunt. I'm not sure what you said to segue into me, but you're about to be very, very disappointed. Have you said anything along the lines of, this is the British version of me? I don't have that kind of aura. I don't have that kind of stamina. I'm obviously a Twinkie, fucking Harry Potter looking motherfucker, so prepare to be disappointed. That's all I'm going to say. But shout out to you, though. Thanks for turning up and at least giving yourself the opportunity to be disappointed. Usman 100% deserves it. He was pound for pound for like 3 years. I mean, you could definitely make that argument. You could make that argument if there was nothing else going on in the division. But the fact that you've got Morales, Prize waiting in the wings, you've got Gary, you've kind of got I'm sorry, it was the "Are you a homosexual" thing. It's just thrown me off my game. You got Shavkat as well, who probably deserves it. How you doing, Eric Therapist? I'm not gonna say it how you want me to say it. I see you in Dougie's streams all the time. How you doing, bro? Nice to see you here. I heard Dana took it in the arse from Kayla Harrison and smiled the whole time. It's the signal of a based human. You should be fearful of anyone who can smile while getting fucking rodded up the arse. Sean Brady is definitely a quitter. Nah, he's just really dumb. But to be fair, Morales gave him no choice, did he? Kept the hips nice and low, had a nice low stance, used the range well. I said Morales was going to win that fight. I am the picks fucking savant. Just ignore all the times I get it wrong, which is at least 50% of the time, and we'll be fine. I'm good, Jock. How you doing, brother? It's good to see you on your original channel, man. Looking forward to doing that Monopoly thing in a couple of weeks. I'm down for that. Diddy's Corner sent me here. How you doing, Alex Kaiser, man? What's good, man? And Chrissy's in the building as well. We actually have females turn up here. We had Tiff in here earlier. It's not a sausage party anymore. We've ruined it, guys. We've absolutely ruined it. Bro, we need to keep all the top welterweights away from Islam. Bro, I'm not trying to watch good fights. This bullshit laying on people. The thing is, yeah, I think if he could do it to someone like Morales, I'd be more impressed by it. I always said that JDM's takedown defense is good, but when he's on the ground, he's a fucking tortoise in his shell flipped upside down. Morales' stance makes him look like he's in a full diaper. Yeah, 100% though. Whatever. I mean, if he's taking it up the arse on the weekends, then there's no harm in looking a little bit goofy to get the job done. You know, Brady is a great fighter and he will come back. But damn, I was so wrong. I had him submitting Morales in round 2. Unfortunately, now there's a game plan for him. How you doing, Ron and Lock? What's good, man? I like that Monopoly idea, Jock. I'll definitely be watching. I'm a fucking beast at Monopoly. I know exactly how I'm going to get the job done. I'll mog all my family members, kids included, crying kids at Christmas. I don't give a fuck. You got to collect that W. Dougie said you were the British version of him, so I assumed you were a homosexual with a funny accent. Oh, so you're not disappointed. You got exactly what you were expecting. Shout out to you, bro. That's exactly what I am. Exactly what I am. Fair enough. It's funny when people came into the stream, I just felt inclined to do a really bad like Australian accent. Aside from live streaming Monopoly, I think it's so cool I get to play a game with a bunch of my favorite YouTubers. Man, that really means a lot to me. I'm assuming you're not talking about me though. I definitely do not fall under the bracket of a YouTuber. I'm just a cunt who turns a camera on and waffles for as long as people will accept it. I don't understand the hate on Islam. It's not like he didn't look for a finish on JDM. No, I completely agree with you, man. Like I was very impressed by the performance. Was I entertained by it? Fuck no. But it was impressive. Thoughts on Tom Aspinall quitting against Serial Gone? This isn't the British side of me talking because I don't give a fuck about Tom Aspinall. The guy got knuckleballed in the eye. It would have been dumb to continue at that point. He's going to get another championship payday. Why risk your entire career to look like a beast? Chances are he would have gone on to lose from that position. So don't I mean, look what happened to fucking Anthony Smith. Does anyone respect that little cowering piggy now? Does anyone say he's Lionheart Smith now? Fuck no. It's Turtle Shell Smith. So take the money, reset, come back and fight another day. I understand when people say that Hamzat is boring, but Islam is much more. The thing is, Islam is generally more entertaining, which is why he gets a pass. It wasn't an entertaining fight. There's no way we can say that, but it was an impressive performance. And I put more of the onus on Dricus as well. I was more angry at Dricus than I was angry at Chimaev. And the only reason I didn't want Chimaev to be champion is because I knew he was going to do this shit. He's already confirmed he's not going to be fighting until at least April or May. It will be longer than that. I fucking guarantee it. We won't see this cunt until next September at the very earliest. Frankie should train with Guru and Aspinall. I wouldn't come up to their kneecaps. It would be embarrassing. Waldo versus Shamil Thoughts. I think Waldo's going to fuck him up. I know Shamil's the GOAT and all that, but let's be honest. He's a fucking round cunt who's going to get battered. He's shit. He's going to get beaten up. I mean, even if you said you weren't, I came in and the first thing I heard was taking it up from behind while smiling. Mate, you could have come in at any point. I've actually thought about doing like a zesty comment counter in the corner of the screen just to make it official because I can't help myself, man. I cannot fucking. Anyway, Chrissy, I hope you're having a great day. I really appreciate you turning up. It's exactly like that, Tinos. 0 submission attempts, 50-something strikes total. He did. It's funny how the UFC stats painted a different picture, though. That's all I'm going to say. They weren't exactly accurate. I've heard of people going blind a bunch, but I ain't never once have heard somebody going unblind. I didn't say that, did I? My English is somewhat decent, man. It's a solid 5 out of 10. Which, if you consider what I do for a living, is extremely embarrassing. Yeah, but that's because Smith quit like 5 times after the knee. They don't shit on him because of the knee. Oh, no, they shit on him for that as well. I thought he was very dumb for not taking the DQ, personally. And I'm with Junior on that one. He should have taken the DQ win. I don't give a fuck. I wasn't angry at Aljo when he did it. I thought it was a bit bitch made, but I probably would have done the same thing. Watching Max Holloway is super fun. It really is. I hope we get a Max Holloway and Dan Hooker fight at some point, regardless of what happens tomorrow night. Because I think that would be fun. I wouldn't mind seeing Charles Oliveira as well, but the thing is, it wouldn't really be a BMF style fight because I think Oliveira wouldn't just stand and bang with him. Who do you think Dricker should be matched up against next? I think Cal Baralho. Cal Baralho makes sense. They're both coming off losses. They're both in the top 5. Thoughts on black people, yeah? People. I'm gonna tread very, very carefully here. How do I do this right? Like 90% of my friends are black, and none of them watch me live stream, so I can say whatever the fuck I want. It's a diverse group of people that I don't know what you want exactly from me. Can you try and narrow it down a little bit so I can be specific? Do you want my views on the color of their skin or like cultural stuff? Like what are we going for here? I want to make sure that when I fucking get cancelled out here, I want to make sure that I do it the right way. Nah, but you said he'd get another championship payday, but not if he's blind. Oh yeah, fair enough. I mean, he's clearly not blind. I mean, you know, all of that was severe capping, let's be honest. But he was always going to be back to fight another day. But if he'd been blind, then it would have been, if he was blind in the moment, then it was the right thing to stop. So I think there was only one choice in that situation. When somebody gets poked in the eye that badly and they're effectively blind in an eye, and the margins are already so slim at heavyweight, it would be a very, very dumb thing to go in there and finish the fight. Islam only tried to sub JDM one time. After that, he was just using it to hold position. I think he could see that JDM was able to position himself to try and get up, though, and that's why he resisted it. But he did the smart thing. I'm not even hating on that. The only one issue I've got with Islam is the activity, and he's nowhere near as bad as Chimaev, so I can't even rag on him too bad for that. He's got very good striking. His takedowns are really good. He mostly does pull the action in a fight. So I'm not even, and he's a funny guy as well. I don't hate Islam. I just really wanted JDM to win. But it's not like I'm majorly coping or anything. It's not like I'm Aussie or a major JDM fan. I enjoy him. I'm not that bothered. Can you do an impression of an American that Dougie sounded zesty with an American accent? I'm not very good at doing accents, certainly while being put on the spot. It's got to kind of come out of me naturally. What the fuck, Frankie? Fuck this guy. He's racist. I mean, we're all a little bit racist. Let's not pretend. Don't get banned before starting, mate. Well, I've been on YouTube for like 2.5 years now, something like that. I know my channel is really, really small and insignificant, but you know, I'm only in this for the community aspect of it, so it's not really affecting my livelihood or anything like that. So I feel like I can take a few calculated risks. Thoughts on Muslims taking over your country? Well, I've got like Muslim members of my family, so I'm kind of at peace with it. And they're not overtaking the country, they're just overtaking certain areas. But I guess that's where it starts. JDM did a pretty good job at defending subs, but that's about it. I imagine he spent his entire camp doing that, and that's the problem. He prepared himself for being in that situation. In general, but 90% black friends, I didn't know there were that many in England. Again, it depends on area based. Like I lived in an area that was predominantly black. I went to a school that was predominantly black. It is what it is. I would sit here and say that I don't have a racist bone or sexist bone in my body. I would like to consider myself more prejudiced than like outright racist, because I don't look at somebody and just decide. But you come in with preconceived ideas about everything, everyone, and I do the same thing with white people. No, I was just doing the quotes that Eric Therapist was doing, and I'm not going to call him the rapist, as much as he loves it when we do that. I was literally doing what? Anyway, fuck it. Please hit the like button. That would be nice. You got the pass. Nah, I don't have the pass though. The thing is that because I'm Irish here, they always say that I'm like, well, I was never officially given the pass. It's fucking cringy when white people try to say the N-word. But they can racially abuse me as much as they want. It's not fair, man. The way I used to get around that is I used to make jokes about their individual countries. Rather than going on about the black thing, I would just target their actual countries. Come South London and you will see, bruv, 100%. You think JDM challenges for the title again in the future? I got a feeling he rises up again. I think he will as well. He's very young. I think he'll get another title fight. The question is, who will it be? It won't be against Islam though. Stereotypes are real. I mean, they are a lot. They are a lot of the time. The difference you'll get with Dougie and me, and this is the only difference really, in a bad way, I will entertain all this shit. Whatever bullshit you come out with. See, Dougie has like morals and a sense of integrity that's far higher than mine. He will brush the comments off. I will directly address them and sometimes agree with them. Frankie's in deep now. Nah, not really. I'm very proud of my opinions. as stupid as they can sometimes be. How you doing, Kia Roof? What's good, man? What's good in the hood? Bear in mind, this is going to be a lot more disjointed and crazy than it usually is because it's 2 o'clock in the morning, and I might have a concussion. So that'll be my excuse in the morning when YouTube sends me a message saying your live stream has been taken down. I'll be like, look, bro, I was concussed. I'm not really racist. In that case, got any cousins? Yeah, I've got cousins. What kind of question is that? Of course I've got cousins. I don't fuck them though. People have nuances. Racist blanket statement just because it feels good to say, not actually true. I don't have an opinion about any group of people really. I have preconceived biases about people going in, but I quickly dispel them when I actually get to know the people one-on-one. And I think that's how you should approach anything in life. But it's like I said, man, whenever I am an encounter with an Indian person in a queue, for example, I assume they're going to try and get ahead of me, even though I've been there for 2 hours and they just turned up. It's shit like that. Kia, I'm actually Irish, but I grew up in the UK, hence the rather zesty accent that you can hear right now. Only a ginger can call another ginger a ginger, just like only a ninja can sneak up on another ninja. I completely agree with you. Apparently, that's just the way things go now. Welcome back, Tiff. It's nice having some females in the chat. Let's try and be respectful to all the female members in here so that they don't run away. I don't want to go back to the sausage party days. I can't take it anymore. I have strong opinions on groups of people. Oh, I've seen it. I've seen it, Eric. I hang around in Dougie's streams a lot. I don't chat in there as often as I'm in there. Because the chat in itself is a separate form of entertainment. You've got Dougie doing his thing, and then the chat has a mind of its own as well, and it's just beautiful to watch. What's your bias against Scottish people? My Scottish is, I'm going to be real with you. As soon as you say Scottish people, I think Braveheart. There are negative biases and there are positive biases, but they're all biases at the end of the day. I think of someone holding their socks in the air and screaming, freedom! That's what I think as soon as I think of Scottish people. It is what it is. And I have no shame in it. Apparently, I don't have fighting in my genes, man. I keep getting sucker punched all the time. To be fair, I don't get knocked down, but I don't really do anything afterwards. What's your plan for the weekend? Anything special? Nah, man. I'm gonna watch the football tomorrow. I'm gonna use the getting shot headshot in the back of the head excuse to just chill this weekend. I'll spend a little bit of time with my son, obviously, but it's a very sport-fueled weekend. Premier League is back. I'm going to hit that up. Obviously, the UFC card's on really early. And then my daughter's going back to school on Sunday, so we'll probably drive back to there. So it'll be a very uneventful weekend, I'm hoping. Howdy, motherfuckers. Another female in the chat. Tell all your friends there are actual real-life women in here with real, as I've heard it, functional vaginas. Again, don't lose your minds, people. Don't embarrass me. I don't want my community to be known for not being able to handle themselves when females are around. I'm about to wipe. I expected that with the name. Yeah, Indian people are going through like the most stereotyped development right now, I feel. Yeah, Indian people got it bad. And it's not fair. I know a lot of Indian people that aren't like that. I'm not saying that's what I think of Indian people. It's just instantly what I think. Like when I see an Indian guy in the queue behind me, I'm getting ready to rugby tackle him. What football leagues do you watch? Just the Premier League mostly. I haven't got time in my life really to be dedicating myself to lower level leagues. I thought you were gay. Nah, man, I've been married for like 20 years and I've actually managed to pump out children. When I shoot, I hit the target. We are girl. So Frank, a good tip for training for fading, tell your lady she's fat and that will help you work on your blocking skills. It doesn't even take that these days, man. Having been with someone for 20 years here, you can say good morning the wrong way and find yourself ducking and diving. Crystal is at my house. You couldn't handle Crystal. I just met you and I can say that confidently. Never trust an Indian. That's unfair. Thoughts on Man City? Man City are playing Newcastle tomorrow, which is my team. And I actually hope they win the league because I fucking hate Arsenal. I'm willing to take one for the team. I hope we lay down and let them pump us 10-0. And then we can get back to winning ways after that. I do not want Arsenal winning the league. I grew up around that area. I know way too many Arsenal fans, and they're the most delusional, dumb cunts. My favorite workout is chasing women at night. I suspected that about you. You didn't even have to tell me that, bro. I figured that was the case. So yeah, it's going to be Premier League tomorrow. UFC starts at about 3 o'clock in the No, that's Ron, bro. I'm not a ginger cunt. I'm a specky brunette. I was tapping Ron Weasley's sister. That's a sentence I never thought I'd say. Tell me a joke. Nah, this ain't that kind of place, bro. Just look at me. That should be enough to make you chuckle. You're well into your 30s minimum. You look young as fuck, bro. I'm 41 years old, and fuck Arsenal. I have a 21-year-old daughter, believe it or not. Frankie, who's going to handle me? Now, this is another kettle of fish entirely. Who in the MMA community could handle Chrissy? I regret asking this question. Chrissy, why don't you throw up a few names and then we can debate. We can debate the positives and negatives. Don't be Ian Gary, everyone. 100%. When Ian Gary is ever in the spotlight, I tell everyone I'm British. It's just easier. And then when he disappears off view, I'm back to being Irish again. That's how I feel about that. I grew up around black people. 5 minutes later, I grew up around dumb cunts. You can be one and the same. They're not mutually exclusive. Why are all of our names different today? I don't know, man. I think YouTube's fucking with us. So it's showing like your app thing. You look 20. You look 21 yourself, mate. Good job. Nah, man. I'm 41 years old. I was born in 1984. 1984. I think this is a game that we don't want to play to. Who could handle Chrissy J game? To be fair, Chrissy, like you've been coming in here for a long time, yeah, but I don't really know that much about you. I don't really know how tough you'd be to handle. Like Crystal and I kind of message each other, like, you know, we talk outside of streams. So I know what kind of smoke she's about, you know. I can confidently say, but with Chrissy, I'm less certain. I've only had little glimpses. I like Ian Gary, but fuck, he's a cuck. I don't like him at all. He's an embarrassment. He's an embarrassment to the gender, and he's an embarrassment to the Irish community. However, he's a very, very good fighter. We're smoking blunts in my Corolla. I think she might actually like that, to be fair. You might be onto a winner there. Old cunt. Either you have a filter on or you're keeping your youth, so props to you. Do you know what as well? You'll notice, yeah. Do you see, yeah, there's no like stubble on my face as well. And it's not because I shave very well. I cannot grow a beard. It basically comes out like, you know, when you shave your balls and it starts growing back, it's kind of like that. I save a lot of money on razors, but as I've said in this community multiple times, when I lose my hair and it is starting to go, I am fucked. Because I can't grow to Steve Austin. I'm going to have to go to Turkey and figure out, like, am I going to do the beard implant or the hair implant? I've got to work it out at some point because I'm not going full cubal. That ain't happening. I should have said it like that. He's a good fighter. He's a very good fighter. High IQ, good takedown game. He's very, very, very good. But he's also a cunt. We're on and off after we broke up. I mean, I miss relationships like that. You know, where you're making up and breaking up every 50 seconds. I miss the drama. Is Chrissy an enigma or is she a woman? You can be both. She's definitely a woman. Never shave your pubes and it pokes you. I don't believe in shaving down there in general. I'm more of a trimmer. I didn't think I'd be giving this kind of advice tonight, but fuck it, here we are. Trim down there, people. Don't shave. I can tell you from experience, nicking your balls is not a fun experience. Just get a wig. That is so popular with dudes. Just a complete glue-on weave. You should go back to some of our old streams. I was braided up. I had the whole shit going on. But when I turned up at my new job, the first thing that got said to me is someone shouted pedophile in my face and then ran off in the opposite direction. I was on the barber chair within the hour. Yeah, sorry. For the women in here, sorry about the nick in the balls thing, but I think this is an important thing for people to know. Yeah, trim, no shave. Shave is for ladies, 100%. If you want to go full hard and you want nothing on there whatsoever, you can go the wax route, but I would strongly veer away from that idea. Frankie, I'm 22 and I look 15 years older than you. I don't know if that's good for you, bad for me, or both. I look 12. I accept it. It is what it is. It hasn't slowed down. MMA streams always stray away from MMA. I blame all of you entirely. Forget about the fact that I respond to everything that you say with no shame. It's entirely your fault. You had braids. No, you did not. I used to have hair down to my ass. And funnily enough, here, before I met my wife here, I was dating this Indian girl for 3 years, and she cut my hair off in a bar. And no, I know what you're thinking. I didn't knock her out, but the relationship, I fucking felt like it. But the relationship was over at that exact instant. And I was kind of relieved because I was looking for a get out clause. And I was I tried breaking up with her a bunch of times, but I find breaking up with people to be very, very difficult. Shave the balls and trim the pubes. Really? That sounds dangerous, sir. I'm 19 and 7'2", 280 pounds, and I'm a trillionaire. Every person in the chat has the same stats. It's bizarre. Thing is, clean shave. Bro, I cannot grow a beard. I'm not even joking. It would take me 9 months to grow a somewhat respectable beard. And yes, one of my balls has dropped before you asked the puberty question. I've been asked that multiple times. It is what it is. I cannot picture you with long hair at all whatsoever. So I had it really, really long when I was young. And it used to get me a lot of attention. Positive attention, funnily enough. But I tried to grow it back older. And because my hair is already quite thin and now I'm old, it just looked like shit. So that's why you're sympathetic to the Indians. I don't know what you're referring to, sir. Tone wants to make sure he gets his point across tonight. Don't trust Indian people. You see, I'm going to get clipped for that. I'm not agreeing. I'm just going to... Did your Indian girlfriend KO Khabib? I don't think so. I'm not really sure how to answer that. So the Indian girlfriend scammed you, basically. She ended up getting married like 6 months later. So I have a feeling she was getting dick down on the side. It is what it is. I definitely dodged a bullet on that one. But yeah, if you go back into some of my older streams, I do have long hair back then, but it was shitty long hair. It wasn't like good quality. I should have given up. But I figured, yeah, I had one more shot. I had one more shot to grow my hair long before it completely went. And you're smarter for me than that, sir. I'd be banned pretty fast. I've walked along the tightrope pretty often on here. The thing is, the good thing about my channel right now is it's so small that I can pretty much get away with anything. And because I'm not monetized, that kind of helps as well. You know, we do get an awful lot of racism and sexism in the chat generally. Unfortunately, I can't really control that. But I shouldn't really be encouraging it, and that's where my problem is. Never date outside your race. Mate, I've already failed on that one. I had one white girlfriend only ever, and I somehow managed to judge the entirety of white women just based on that one experience. And to be fair, she wasn't even a bad girl. For me, it's more of just like it's more of a preference thing. And it was Big Trouble in Little China. I've told you boys multiple times. I saw that Chinese broad on Big Trouble in Little China, and it was game over for me. Frankie's late night streams are about shaving pubes and being racist. No, it's not about shaving pubes. Let's get this right. It's about trimming pubes. Vittori versus Allen getting fight of the night over Drod and Holland still bothers me. Yeah, that was incorrect. That was definitely the wrong choice. But it is a subjective thing. Eric, have you never tried like humping outside your own race? Frankie hates all of us equally. And that's how I get away with this shit. I'm equally despicable to white people as well. Don't get me twisted. No, the thing is, yeah, I get a lot of stick here for being apparently very anti-white women. Let's call them women, just for the purpose of this stream. I don't want to go too hard. But I have loads of white women friends, I've noticed, and it started here on YouTube. Like I consider Crystal a friend. I consider what's her name? Naomi a friend, kind of. Chrissy's a mate, and Tiff is a mate. And I think if any of you women would talk about interacting with me during the chat, you would find me generally quite disrespectful. I tone the fucking sexism down as soon as a woman turn up, because I don't stand on base at all when it comes to females. MMA Joey versus Frankie, who wins? I would win 100%. My cholesterol is just on point, whereas he can't make the same claim. I don't think he would make it across the cage to get to me. I just do it without consent, but I only date within my race. But it's not considered dating then, really, is it? I guess in this modern era, it probably is. White British things are butters, so I can't blame you, bro. It's not so much the appearance. I think white women can be very attractive. It's more just like the attitude, man. And it's more the attitude within my own country, because I haven't really experienced like white American women much, or like Australian. Actually, there's a friend of mine who's dating an Australian, and she's a proper bellend. So I love women too. They're my favorite. I don't know what to say to that. I'm just going to leave that one on the table. I think Eric lives up to his username. The thing is, this is how you know, I'm an innocent soul at heart. When I read Eric's name the first time, I read Eric Therapist. It's like when you see the duck and the goose. I saw Eric Therapist. Everyone else, it seems, saw Eric the Rapist. Sup, Big Frank? How you doing, Chris? What's good, man? What is good in the hood? Well, date within my race. When I'm doing it in a dark alley, it doesn't matter what race they are. How you doing, Gush Ahead? In all fairness, you shouldn't base your opinion on an entire group of people based on what one ex-girlfriend did. You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. It wasn't so much my experience with her that kind of tainted me. It's more because I've gone on dates with white women. I'd gone on dates with white women since then, and it all seemed to go in the same direction. I am AI. Absolutely. I am AI. This is the level it's got to now. I'm like the creator character on an AI screen. My name is up to your interpretation. I like that you put that out there, though. The Mossad is here. You can Mossad the Assad. How you doing, brother? Good to have you back. What a diverse community we have here. You're having a weird day. Did you get fucking Masvidal in the back of the head today? Because if you didn't, man, it wasn't as weird as mine. His full legal name is actually Eric Therapist. I didn't even consider that an option. No, you should definitely dislike all chicks with same name as Evil X. With same name. I know people that do that. Like, they won't date people if they've broken up with somebody who was a bitch with that name. But no, I don't really. I just do this for jokes mostly. Like, I don't tend to judge groups of people, especially like as soon as you get talking to somebody, that shit dissolves straight away. It's like you have initial biases, but then as soon as you actually talk to the person, they melt away just as quickly. So I'm gonna just leave that out there. Feeling lonely. Thanks for going live. Oh man, that makes me feel sad. I'm glad that I came on. It's a little bit of a weird time for me, but I got pressured by 4 people to do it, so here I am. I might start experimenting with this time slot a little bit more, because people have been complaining that I don't go on early enough or late enough. So we'll do this as a little bit of an experiment and see how it goes. I might start making Friday streams like this, middle of the night things. So can you throw some of those judgments up, Eric? Can you give us some insight into what your generalizations are? It's your area you're in. The women will all be the same most of the time. I wouldn't even go that far. It's just the pool of women that I did date that were of that specific class. I'll put it that way. It was the same kind of conversations. Frank, I'm not here. How you doing, bro? There's a bridge by my house, about to take a walk. I've got like a really nice lake in front of my house. It's the reason why I bought it. And I wake up every morning, I stand out there on my deck, and I thank my lucky stars. Frank, do you got the boys winning tomorrow? I don't. I think Armin Sarukian's gonna win, and I think Gary's gonna beat Bilal. That's my take on it. But looking at the votes right now, it seems very all over the place. It looks like Sarukian and Gary are winning, which is kind of where I'm at. But I love judging groups of people. I can't wait to hear your opinions. I've been shadow boxing all day. If only I had a sweet woman to cook me dinner. Living in the country is the way to go. Like, I grew up as a city boy as well. I'm tired. Good night, kiss. Mwah. Shout out to you, bro. I like to single out people out of groups and judge them. That's the kind of the best way to go about it, to be fair. Put your biases of an entire group onto one person, and then it's slightly less racist, I guess. Hooker is at a weird point in his career. I think Hooker's at a better point in his career than any of us could have expected. Because I mean, the guy is what, 28 and 14, I think. The fact that he could be in title contention is amazing. I think he got very lucky in the Gamrot fight, but it was a close one. I don't think he gets to a title personally. I think any possibility of him getting a title ends here, unless you count the BMF title. If he goes out there and puts a good performance on against Arman, even in a loss, he could parlay that into a BMF title fight. I feel cringy saying that. It's not a title, but you know what I'm saying. You've been fishing with Mini Frankie in that lake yet? We did it once, and he kept trying to jump in. He got bored and was like, "Can I just jump in and try and grab them?" It's like, clearly not ready. So I'm going to give it a few more years. Just name a group of people and I'll tell you my opinion. Let's go with Indians then, seeing as that's the topic of the day. What's on the shelves? Why are they all identical? And why do you have a zillion of them? They're actually Nintendo Switch games. And I finally got over my 800 Nintendo Switch game mark. I don't know why I'm going on like that's some kind of brag. It's fucking pathetic. Dealing with the season change blues. That's a real thing, man. That's a real thing. I've told you guys multiple times that I've been in this weird place in my life for the last 5 years where I don't get overly excited about anything, but I don't get overly bummed out by anything as well. So I'm never like happy. I'm never sad. I'm kind of just, yeah, Frankie, just scroll back to your first posted live. Don't grow the hair out like that. You definitely look like a nonce. I agree with you. It's funny though. It took until I actually cut my hair off to people go, damn, man, you look like a pedo. Where was the advice before that? Where was it? True friends tell another friend when they look like a nonce. You should start training. I do exercise like quite a bit, but I don't so I keep the core strength going, you know. I do my push-ups, I make sure I get a lot of cardio in. But in terms of actually training, man, I don't think I have the time. What I'm hoping to do, yeah, is when my son, because I told people this as well, I took my son to a mixed martial arts center when he was 4. And he just ran around kicking everyone. Teacher was trying to tell him what to do, he just kept kicking the teacher. So I realized he wasn't really quite ready for it at that point. But when he's like 6 or 7, I'm going to take him back, and I'm hoping that I can learn along with him so that I can train with him at home. I'm going to look at that right now. I'll be right back. Being in the same mood, never too excited, too sad. I feel like it sounds kind of sad, but to be honest, being balanced is the best thing that could have happened for me. Like, I don't wake up in the morning and think, fucking hell, I can't do my day. But I don't spring out of bed either. A nonce is somebody that, you know, kiddies. That's all I'm going to say. Yeah, my son is based as fuck, man. As soon as he saw people practicing kicking, he just literally ran around and just started fucking booting people. Definitely a go. Stinky scammers with low morals and no sense of human intimacy, which is why they scammed without feeling sorry, poop on the streets, and can grape with entitlement. I mean, to be honest, yeah, there's a lot of statistics that back up what you're saying. And again, we have to be very careful here. Not all Indian people are like that. Probably only about 50%. So let's not get racist here. It's only a fair majority of them, or an even split at worst. Recently found out nonce comes from not on a normal courtyard exercise. Is that what it is? I've always had trouble with the term nonce because it sounds a little bit too, pedo basically. It sounds a little bit too playful. Your son wanted to kick ass, he does. And the problem is with him here is my son's quite aggressive. So I've got an issue of like, when I train him up, he's going to be able to beat me up by the time he's 12. So I'm going to have to train with him. It means your brain is fully developed and you are balanced emotionally. Is that what it means? I was hoping somebody would give me a good perspective on it, because to be honest, like, it's like I said, man, nothing excites me. Nothing at all. You know, there was a time when I'd see a pair of titties and I'd be happy for a week. And now I feel almost nothing. I don't know why I use that as an example. I think this is why my chat ends up the way that it is. Like, at least when I do it, I know how impactful it is and how violating it is. An Indian does it with entitlement and doesn't think he did anything wrong. I've got to be honest with you. I've encountered that quite a lot. I have. I put a McDonald's McFlurry in a Ziploc earlier in my freezer for this moment. Slapped so hard. Does that work? Frankie, you poor thing. You see, I'm getting sympathy. I'm getting sympathy even though I'm being a disgusting degenerate right now. You guys call underwear pants. So what do you call pants? Trousers. We call pants trousers because that's what they are. But the underpants thing makes sense because it's pants and then underpants. Now that you put it that way, I realize that we're the stupid ones. Yeah, you won't have me protecting all Jubilees being good immigrants while they're everywhere like mad throwing garbage in our rivers. That's the thing. If you're going to pull up to somebody's place and disrespect it, you deserve to get all the abuse you get. Nothing exciting. You're getting old. Yeah, I am getting old. I've come to terms with it though. I tell you the one thing that does. I do get glimpses of excitement, and I'll tell you what it is. Yeah, it's living vicariously through my kids. Yeah. So what I've started doing is everything I enjoyed as a kid, I do with my kid. And even though I don't find the actual thing exciting anymore, seeing him get excited brings a smile to my face. Do you ever get McFlurries in your town? 100%. I kind of stay away from sugar though, man. It's one of those things I've had to sacrifice getting older. What the fuck is a meter? I think you misheard me. I don't think I've used meter in this. How old are you, regular channel? Hello, Dougie. I know you're here. I know Dougie's lurking and jerking. Like we did a poll once in my stream that had like how many of you are like, doing something inappropriate right now. And I'm the same way with my littles, 100%. It's the best thing in life. Whenever somebody gives me an opportunity to start talking about my kids, that's when I feel like I'm at my most joyous. I know, I'm just playing. Man, you threw me off there. You're 35. You're still in your prime. Don't worry about it. What stage would you say you're at in your life now? If you don't mind me asking a personal question. That's what you do as a father. You recreate your child. I definitely shouldn't do that. My childhood was fucked up. I'm dugging my corner right now. Oh, I'm gonna enjoy having you around here. I hope you not only subscribe, but you hang around. I know you're very stretched. Obviously being in Dougie's, but fuck it up. Dougie's being a creep at a hex event. What the fuck is a hex event? What is that? Do you have a Dairy Queen? I think we have a couple. They've only popped up kind of recently. I only became aware of Dairy Queen when I was living in Qatar, and I didn't realize they sell meat there. I'm not fat, but I love food. Sorry. You do your thing, bro. The thing is, yeah, I've got really, really bad genetics in that, like, when I eat something, my ass like jiggles for a week. So I have to stay away from everything disgusting. I allow myself to indulge like once in a while, but me too. But not everyone in the fucking world wants to talk about sex or insults in between. 100%. Like, I think like that's the mistake that people often make when most guys think that like sexual innuendo is like flirting. I think there's better ways of going about that. Just have a fucking conversation and let things, you know, blossom naturally. I grew up around black people. 20 minutes later, my childhood was fucked up. It wasn't because of them. I almost said I didn't have a black dad. You almost got me there. What the hell is a kilometer per hour? It's the right way to measure fucking speed, sir. It's the rest of the world that's wrong, not us. You lived in Qatar, yeah, man. I lived there for 2 years. It was amazing. Bad genetics while having great hair and looking. It's really weird getting compliments from you because I see how you go on in Dougie's stream and he's going to be really jealous. You should keep it coming. You should absolutely keep it coming because it's really going to piss him off. I've seen some of the things you've said in his streams. I think it keeps him up at night because you're fucking vicious, bro. The doc said my health is great. Considering he probably could have eked out a few dollars from you, that's a really nice compliment to get. I just called a doctor giving you a clean bill of health a compliment. Fucking, it's the right way for Frankie. I completely agree. Do men not understand that being a creepy little sex-obsessed weirdo isn't really a turn-on for most women, unless they think you're really hot, and then you can kind of get away with it. But only when you've established that they find you really hot can you get away with that behavior. If you are not attractive to them in any way, shape, or form, keep it light and friendly. Do you guys use metric to make it seem like you're taller and your cars are faster? 100%. 100%. It's why we talk about our dick size in centimeters as well. I'm joking. We don't do that. Better hairline than Dougie's. I get ribbed for my hairline all the time. But it's because I don't use a fringe as well. That old fart. Dougie, I love Dougie so much, man. Is he gonna do a watch along tomorrow? Because I'm assuming it's gonna be a bit of a fucked up time for him. He's gonna have to go on at like 2:00 in the morning, right? Kilometers per hour in Celsius, I can't get behind, but otherwise metric all the way. So what other examples would you use metric measurements in? Are you streaming before the card tomorrow? I'm gonna try to. The problem is, yeah, it's in the middle. It's gonna be like early morning. I think the card kicks off at like 3 p.m. my time. So it might be difficult. I was actually tempted to do like a watch along, but I'm gonna be watching football as well because Newcastle are playing Man City, and I think I like football more than I do MMA. I've got more invested in it personally. Only for the main card, he's such a casual. Fair play to him. It's still going to be like 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning. Yeah, I reckon he folds and goes on the prelims. I reckon he does. It's just the way. Dealing with a divorce right now. Thanks for going live. Divorces are man. I do not envy you. I do not envy you. Even if I had like a catastrophic breakdown with my wife at some point, I would never get divorced because there is no such thing as an amicable divorce. They don't exist. Absolutely not. But I appreciate the fact that you're happy that I went live. That brings somewhat joy to my life. I was saying this to somebody earlier. I still have no idea why anyone comes online and watches me fucking just ramble. It still blows my mind. I had this guy in my whole last let me just hang on. I had this guy in my hotel last night with a receding hairline. In the front middle, it was still all the way up, but then it receded down the side. So his hair was kind of shaped like a dick. I'm trying to imagine that. But I have some follow-up questions. Actually, no, I don't. I don't want to go here. I'm glad you had fun. And did you kick him out? Wait, didn't you realize that he... Oh, hang on a second. I do have some follow-up questions. Did you discover this when you were in the room? Was it like somebody you called over and you discovered this when they were in there? Or was it the lighting from the hotel room? Or did you realize this when you were on your date and then like it only became apparent and you just thought, fuck it, I'll take him home anyway? So that's like a 3-part question. Damn, dude, I didn't know you were going through all this. Yeah, man, I'm sorry. I'm sorry to hear anyone going through a divorce. You're 26. I'm 41 years old. Old cunt, mate. Who's playing the foot? Yeah, Newcastle fighting relegation again. Yeah, we are. Back to where we belong. It was good while it lasted. We got a good 2 seasons out of it. We're playing Man City tomorrow, and we're probably going to get fucking ironed out. But I'm all right with it, because if it stops Arsenal winning the title, cheers. When he was checking in. All right, I've got more questions. I don't want to directly ask, are you gay? But I feel like we've got to before I can continue on. I don't think you should make someone feel bad for losing their hair. It's tragic, not their fault. And I feel it's going as well. My hair is gradually going. Whenever people say that I'm balding, I just very meekly respond that I'm 41 and I'm glad that I have any hair at all. And also Turkey exists now, and it's a very viable option. I'm with Matthew on this one, yeah. I'm actually okay with it going, because then I can go to Turkey and get the full works done. You know, any little patches I've got in the back, I can just sort out the whole show in one go. Or maybe I'll do it as a poll, yeah. I'll do it as a poll where I'll say, what should I get? The beard implant or the hair implant? And I will let you dictate the next chapter of my life. Is it going to be the Steve Austin or going back to a lion's maid? Thank God my hair is long again. Tiff, I reckon you could pull off short hair, because you've got like a very sort of like slim face, like an angular face. So I think you could pull it off. Dropped a like for you, by the way, and sub. Mitch, shout out to you, bro. I do love getting a sub. It does like absolutely. It doesn't really do that much for my life, because like I don't make money from you people, because let's face it, I'm not worth it. But it's nice to see the numbers go up. It's nice to see the likes going up. It's nice to see the community getting added to. We need more fucked up opinions in this place to make this what it is. I'm not holding on to anything. Bored life, and yeah, if I want to come back, exactly. It's not like back in the day when, you know, it used to look like fucking. You'd get like a staple job and it'd be like ant legs on top of your head. Never understood why people do that. But now you can do the fucking works. Hair. Do you know what I'll do, Eric. I'll do like a 3-way poll. I'll do hair, beard, and then we can go for the full works. I would love to know what I would look like with a full beard. I think it would be interesting. But I don't really like the idea of getting my face poked. Not like that anyway. YouTube doesn't let donation go on here. No, and I'm just not monetized. I made like an agreement with myself when I started this channel that I was never going to let money get involved in it. This is purely just for like having a community and grooming unsuspecting people of age. I don't do that. Joe Anderson Brito beats up Lopez if they book a rematch. He absolutely does not. Joe Anderson Brito's got nukes in his hands, though, so he can beat anyone on any given day, but he's just too dumb. What about penis extension surgery instead? I'd have to get a reduction first, bro. It's like a baby's arm holding a fucking apple. I wish. Elon must be on testosterone. Doing a late stream today. Yeah, Rays. I got sucker punched at work today. I got Masvidal'd. So I decided to have a little bit of a nap after I got home from work. And then I had 4 entire messages of people telling me, where's my stream? Where's my fucking stream? So I felt like I had to come on and give you boys something to talk about. Nah, dude, get paid for this. Nah, I'm never going to do it. I want this to be something that's very separate about my channel. No fucking monetization, no badges, no fucking super chats, none of it. Can we groom you? I'm getting groomed more and more every day by you cunts. You have changed me as a person. Frankie, have you heard about the poo on the chest ring in Dubai? I have. Of age, like and subscribe. We have to stress that. I cannot stress that enough. You got to elaborate on that. I talked about it a little bit. No, yes, Tiff, it was today. I got punched in the head on Monday, and then I got sucker punched from behind today. I got punched in the back of the head by the same person, and then punched another 5 or 6 times after I called him out after that, all on the side of the head. So I was a little bit like, he called me a pussy for like dodging his punches as well and like blocking him. He said, "Oh, you're scared." I'm like, "Yeah, bro, I don't really want to get smacked in the head." Right in the back of the coconut. So yeah, it was today. So I've had, and bear in mind, it was the rematch, Tiff, and I lost again by decision. By decision. Did you ever partake when living there? I didn't live in Dubai. I lived in Qatar, but I had some fucked up stuff happen to me in Qatar. No, bear in mind, Jay, this is why were you punched? So the university that I work at, yeah, it has a lot of kids that come from fucked up background. It was a white kid. It was a white kid. No, I don't. No, regular channel. I don't have eyes in the back of my head. He punched me in the back of the head, right where the neck meets the bump in my head. I'm so sorry. That is really fucked up. I really hope he doesn't get put back in your room. That's fucking awful. He wasn't even in my room, and he's not even going to get suspended. He got suspended for the incident on Monday, but it wasn't just he didn't just slap me. He like smashed some stuff up as well. So that's why he got suspended. But he told me this after he punched me in the back of the head. He said, "I can do anything I want and you can't hit me back because you'll get fired." That was his sentiment afterwards. So I felt like I had to let him get a few more shots off just to prove that I don't have to hit him back for it to be a no score draw. YouTube requiring photo ID or passport to watch Guru's videos. You fucking what? Gusher, where are you though? I'm telling you now, yeah, if YouTube asks for my passport ID, I'm going to be gone because you ain't getting that shit. My passport photo is fucked. Me and Eric are so much alike. And he wasn't expelled. Nah, he wasn't expelled. He'll be back on Monday. He'll be back on Monday. I would like to say, yeah, it's the first time it's happened to me. I've been attacked loads of times at work. It's usually getting in the way of things though. That is why he's going to grow up and live a rough, sad life. I mean, he's grown up with a rough, sad life, to be fair. He was adopted by his parents, and then he was adopted by somebody, and then his parents had him for 9 years and then gave him back. And he saw out the rest of his adolescence in a care home. Imagine being with somebody for 9 years and then they give you back. I mean, he is a proper cunt, but like, still though, nobody should have to go through that. YouTube requires a photo ID or passport for age-restricted videos. Oh my god, my channel is cooked. I'm about to lose about 90% of my audience. Are you a college professor or high school? I'm a university professor. So it's 18s and over. So it goes from anything from like 18 to got a few 40-year-olds in there as well, which looks really weird because I have 40-year-olds in my seminars and they look like they're getting lectured by a fucking 12-year-old. It's bad. Yeah, he's had a rough situation. That's a shame. That does not give him the right to hit you. He's been going through it over the last couple of weeks. To be honest with you, yeah, the first time when he slapped me, yeah, I shouldn't have got involved. But I'm one of the guys he likes at work. And again, I was having lunch with him like an hour later. It was weird. He's fucked for life, gave back after 9 years. This is what I'm saying. So I've got a little bit of sympathy for his situation because I don't know if you people notice about me, but I was also in the foster system as well when I was younger. So I know what it's like to be in those care home situations. So I can definitely empathize with what he's going through. Next time he tries it, remove the little bastard's teeth via elbow. Unfortunately, that would get me fired and prosecuted. It's one of those things. I tell you what it is though, yeah. The one thing that is coming out of people's opinions of me at work is that I've got a chin and that I act like I'm unaffected by it. I wait until I get home and then have a moan about it. Have you ever got a BJ from a student? Gosh, ahead. It's funny that you bring this up here. I haven't, because I am a man of integrity. But part of the reason for that is, I'm Eric. I'm a professor of literature, so I teach English literature. How you doing, Anthony? No guns where I live, by the way. Yeah, so you got to go with the elbow. Yeah, so as in my first year as a professor, one of my colleagues got a blowjob from one of his students in his office, and then she tried to blackmail him to get like better grades and shit. And yeah, he refused to, and he got fired. I have plowed 0 students. 0. I have had a lot of issues with students in the past though, because there have been some inappropriate comments. I'm dealing with it right now at work, where I've got one of my students is basically stalking me around the school. She writes me letters every morning. She follows me around. She doesn't go to her classes a lot of the time and just hangs out in my seminars, even when she's not doing my unit. It's all really, really tough. And I've tried having conversations with her about it and stuff, and it's just I've reported it to the upper management and that kind of shit. You're a real man for handling it the way you have. It's just you might get in trouble for your job talking about. Well, here's the thing, Matthew. Yeah. So my job doesn't know about my YouTube channel. However, I am very prepared for that because I actually retired from my job 2 years ago and then decided to come back. So if they end up finding out about my stream and I lose my job, I'm perfectly fine with it because I had 2 feet out of the game anyway. So you don't really strike me as a professor. It must be because I look like a small child. I don't blame you. Mhm. Yeah, it's really problematic. I've had stuff to deal with. Like there was one incident where I got pulled up by my boss because some panties were found um in my desk drawer, and I didn't even know they were there. Like somebody in my class had obviously planted them there and was hoping that I would find. I don't know what the end game of it like what the end game of it was, but they turned up and then I had to answer questions about it. And obviously saying I didn't know they were there. I've never seen them before in my life is the first thing that a liar would say that leaves panties in his drawers. So that was really, really fucking uncomfortable. You're a bigger man than me. If he'd done that, I could not stop myself from cracking the kid with the immortal brown elbow. In Scotland, they wouldn't have even thought to pull this shit. Is she Asian? Nah, she's a white girl. Do you have Calvin Klein on? Not today. How you doing, Mgal? What's good, man? Another OG in the chat. How you doing, Mgal? Ready for the Doha card? I'm very ready. It starts at 2:30 in the afternoon. I'm absolutely buzzed. I love that people shit on I can fix her. People shit on me about people shit on the Middle East cards all the time. Living in Britain is perfect for me. You know, wake up, have a little breakfast, you know, chill on the deck for a little bit, you know, and then the card starts. It's amazing. You strike me as a professor, a young one maybe, but the shoe seems to fit. I appreciate that, man. Swiped out on accident. Swipe back to find some panties in my desk drawer. Yeah, that was one of the things that I dealt with. Yeah, who put those panties there? Literally the way I reacted made me sound more guilty as well. It was really, I was stumbling over my words. I was sweating. It wasn't a good look, especially a professor of witchcraft and wizardry. I should start wearing Harry Potter glasses and just lean into it, man. Armand headbutted Dan. Yeah, I saw it. It was fucking pathetic. That's a really bad sign of weakness. I don't have a fucking, why would I have a number? I don't have a student's number. Read my last to last message. Hang on a second. I think I'm in fucking top chat again. Why would you hide him? Is that the last one you sent? Hang on a second. Read my last to last message. Hang on a second. We're gonna have to go even further back. Hang on a second, Raise. No guns where I live. I think I'm caught up on you, bro. Unless I'm missing some stuff. Preach. Even the Scottish MMA Joey knows better. It's kind of part and parcel. I don't think it has anything to do with like being good looking or anything. I'll be perfectly honest, yeah. I think it's a fantasy for some people. I think like Raise, can you post it again if you don't mind? Have you ever seen The Great Teacher Onizuka? I have not. What was I saying? What's a Facebook? I don't use Facebook. I'm sorry, man. I'm not stalking the person who's trying to like. This happened quite a few years ago. No guns rule. No, the one before it. Fucking up. But can you post it again? Because I'm gonna have to go like way back. Let me pound on that ass. I mean, she is legal, so you know if you happen to stumble on her, pound away. I mean, she was 19 then, so she's probably in her 20s now. I mean, that's how aging works. What was the comment about fencing? Yeah, it comes with the territory. I think it's like a fantasy thing because some people obviously like us men have fantasized about wanting to bang out our fucking teachers, whatever age we are. So we can assume that women sometimes have the same thing. It's just like a person of authority or something, isn't it? Frankie, do you want to raid City Life Project in around 15, 20 minutes? That sounds perfect for me. Because it is like nearly 3 o'clock in the morning. So I think I can hang around for another 15, 20 minutes. I tell you what, Gusher, if I ever stumble on her in life again, I'll get her number and give it to you. How about that? I will inflict her onto you. If you're stuck reposting a message, be careful, but spaces where they don't belong. That way YouTube doesn't edit you. Exactly. Time to be linear as fuck. Let's get it done. Shit, if I hit that cat, it was probably me dropping my phone. Sorry, I didn't know that. That's why I train fencing. Even if I get beat up by someone in hand-to-hand combat, the rapier will cut your hands off the next day if you don't run away or beg for mercy. That was worth reposting. It's like I said, man. After he punched me in the back of the head, he came up in front of me and said what he said about being able to like hit me and do whatever he wants, and I can't do anything. And then I said like, "Oh, does that make you feel good? Like just hitting somebody that can't hit you back?" And then I started like batting his hands away and like getting out of the way. And he said I was a pussy and that I was scared. I don't need her number. Just tell me where where her address is or the route she takes home. What information do you guys think I'm gathering on people? I know I might look like a creep, but I swear to God I'm not. You should set that crazy chick up with your. This is what I'm talking about with you guys. You hear like panties in a drawer and following you around, and you think, I need that in my life. What's wrong with you people? Is that not? I saw Jordan Nasty was live again. I went in there about an hour ago, and he was literally going, "Stop with the rainbows, bro. Stop with the makeup brush, bro. You guys gotta stop with that shit, bro. You gotta stop with that, man. Stop with that zesty shit, bro." I feel like that's all he says for about 2 hours. I feel sorry for the guy. But I'm starting to think it is a bit. Rapier is how I would describe current UFC champs compared to the fast one. Tell me what she looks like. I don't think I can do that without sounding really creepy. It's going to sound really disgusting if I do that. Because if I use the wrong words, it's going to sound like I'm a fucking... What's the word? It's going to sound predatorial. Be honest, Frankie, did you give them a wee sniff before binning them? No, so the way that it happened was I was having a conversation with my boss. It was in front of my desk. I opened my desk to get something out, and the panties were just there. And then she looked at me, I looked at her, and I literally I felt like somebody had stuck something down my throat, not for the first time. Clip that one up. And there was this moment in front of me where I was literally like, just stunned, and I didn't know what to do. And I literally managed to sputter out, "Oh, what are these? I've never seen these before in my life." And it just made me look even more disgusting. We didn't really talk about it after that, but she was like, I have a feeling it fucking tarnished my reputation with her. You obviously can't fire somebody for having panties in your drawer, but it wasn't a good look. Frankie definitely used them as a mask for his day because it was Rona times. It was during Rona times, actually. How did you know that? Should have said that I should have gone, oh yeah, there they are, and just like picked them up and put them in my pocket. Usually I'm quite good with stuff like that. You know, I'm usually quite good with like coming up with a little quip in the moment. I was not ready for that. Nothing in this world could have prepared me for that. Read my name and pound for pound. No, that's a very suspicious thing to say. And by the way, it's your @ so it's gay puto papi chulo Tarzan. That's a lot, bro. How did you come up with that one? Should have said that they were yours and you were if it had been in this day and age, I would have said that. That's exactly what I would have said. That would have shut her up. I'll put that in the back pocket, but let's face it, that's never going to happen again. Frankie, I'm back. How you doing, Shama? We're basically going to hang out for the next like 10, 15 minutes. We're going to wait for Isha to go online, and then we'll try and get some people headed his way. Even though he's got 12,000 subscribers, every little bit helps. Its profile picture. See, it looks like a tiny dot on my screen, so I can't really see what you look like. Are you watching the UFC Fight Night tomorrow? Absolutely. I watch every card without fail. I would love if Dan Hooker has grown on me over the years. I really enjoy him. I used to just hate him by association because he was with Izzy and all those sausage munchers. But Any single ladies in the chat, if you are a single lady in the chat, do not confess that right now. You will instantly regret it. I don't get it. That one guy streams and constantly gets called gay, so much so that he trolls making fake pages with his pictures. It's so weird. Because the thing is, yeah, a lot of people turn up to this, and then he kind of fake crashes out. I think it's a bit, to be honest, Tiff. I think it's entirely a bit. I think he knows exactly what he's doing and he's leaning into it. Because literally, you can go in there at any moment and he's going, "Stop with the rainbows, bro. Stop with the hairbrushes, bro." That's literally what he says. My name is what they call our collective fag Jordan. Oh, to be fair, yeah, some of it they don't just spam rainbows and like hair. Some of it is like really creative. From New Zealand, so by default, I want him to win. That's a good enough reason to support anyone, to be fair. But Dan Hooker, yeah, New Zealand, from New Zealand or not, he is just a very likable chap. He just is. My profile is a picture of him as well. He must love that. I would find that very, very flattering. It used to happen to me back in the day when I'd have like people turning up in my it was obviously bots, like people turning up with like me, like with my half my mouth hanging open. And when I admitted that I found it really flattering and enjoying it, it stopped. I should have crashed out and been like, "Stop doing that, bro." And then it would have happened more. Thoughts on crashing out on Indian customer service? It's almost impossible not to do so. To be fair, I do it with I I never crash out on telemarketers or anyone. I don't waste my time with it. I'm very good at keeping myself calm. He could take the monetization option if he wanted to. Frankie did. I got a secret actually, Tiff. I never monetized in the first place. I never even filled out the whatever the process is. I came close to doing it once just to see what it was like. I love you. Go live more often. You will be huge. I remember Guru at like, yeah, I was subscribed to Guru when he was like at like 500. I think my channel is always going to be very niche, and I kind of appreciate that because I want to be able to interact with all of you and just enjoy it. I don't have a video game channel. This is going to disgust you, Matthew, yeah, but I got 3 new games today. What were they? I got Blueprints on PlayStation 5. I got what's that new Switch game? The Kirby Air Rides, and I got Hades 2. And I'm gonna play probably none of them. I already have Hades 2 on Steam Deck. I don't know why I bought the physical copy, but I'm that kind of guy. I appreciate that, Tiff. I'm looking very shabby today. It's like, was the chick bangable? You're not gonna trick me with that one. I am never gonna make that kind of comment. Do you remember Mr. Pibb? I do remember Mr. Pibb. Isn't Mr. Pibb like Wheelchair Guru? Is that right? Are they the same person, Gush Ahead? Let me switch back to my main. This is you, isn't it? I should have known it was you. I only 3. I got 6 games and another 10 on my way. Frank, you're slowing down. I got only 3 today. But the thing is, yeah, I subscribe to like limited run games and super rare games. So I've got games that I bought like a year ago and they still haven't turned up. I'm trying to tone it down. Who saw Tiff obliterate Gilly during his stream? I didn't see it. I did not see that. However, Gilly does tend to struggle when the IQ of a certain level. I'm just going to lean into this now because I know how much it annoys him. Me calling him, by the way, I never called Gilly dumb, yeah. I just said Gilly was not as smart as me, and he's taken it the entire different direction. They had beef, but they squashed it. After you spoke about it, I researched, and I'm 100% buying a steam machine. Jock, apparently, yeah, it's going to cost about $1,000. Raise your back. Hades 2 is amazing, but the original is good, is better. Hades 1 is a better game in my opinion. Who else is live? No, Mr. Pibb is not Wheelchair Guru. Okay. But I do know who Mr. Pibb is. She was surgically dissecting him. It's not that hard. It's not that hard. I'll be honest, Jay, and again, I'm gonna preface this by saying I like Giuliano. I do. I consider him a friend. But if you go at the guy's ego or his intelligence, it's game over. He fucking crumbles. and he's probably here listening to me say this, and I'm very sorry, Giuliano, but it's true. The fact that you're still going on about this, I still get passive-aggressive comments from you, shows that it really affected you more than it should. And he also makes comments about how whenever he comments something, he says, I used AI to do this. I don't even remember saying that. But well done to you, Tiff, if that's what went down. I'm sure it wasn't meant in that way, but I think a Mexican guy is breaking into... Why do you think he's Mexican? Are you just assuming? Top 5 highest fight IQs in MMA ever. Wow. John Jones is up there. Volkanovski's up there for me. Wow, shit. This is tough. GSP would be up there as well. Mighty Mouse. I'm basically just reading out the GOAT list at this point. Hades' one story is better and definitely harder, but better is a stretch. The reason why I enjoy it, Matthew, is that I find it more basic to follow along. Like, I don't know how to do all the upgrades on Hades 2. Now, maybe I'm just fucking stupid. That could be a possibility. But I've played like 20 hours into the game, and I'm like, I'm not having that same leveling up process as I did in the first one. Certainly with the weapons and stuff. And I don't know how to collect stuff around the levels. Whereas Hades, it was a little bit more like, do you know what I'm saying? It was diverse, but like easy enough to follow without having to get stressed. Khabib, I don't know. Khabib, I don't know. I mean, I'd have Khabib in like the top 20, but top 5, I don't know. I think he was just that imposing. I was literally just defending myself. He was reading my chat so late, then questioning everything I said. See, Giuliano does that quite a lot because he keeps his chat stuck up higher. He's often like 20 or 30 minutes behind like live chats, and it can get very confusing. Are any other people live right now? Let's have a look. I think the Isha is going live in a minute. Brutally was on earlier, so I know he's not still on. Lorenzo Predicts is on. Jordan Aristi. Orange Cat MMA is on as well. Orange Cat MMA is on. I mean, it's crazy to me. Yeah, we met Fedor. Fedor was just a blimp. Fedor was very effective, but I'm not sure about the fight IQ. I don't think we got to see him fight enough like diverse competition, if you know what I mean. Volk's got a very high IQ. Volk was one of the first names I mentioned. So I had like so it's Mighty Mouse, Volk, John Jones, GSP's up there as well. Henry Cejudo isn't as smart as he thinks he is the problem. I'm not saying he's a stupid fighter by any means, but send links. Hang on a second. We'll go Orange Cat MMA first. I haven't seen him around in a while. So here's Orange Cat MMA. Jordan, if you want to see somebody get basically rage baited for several hours, this is your guy. Cejudo I don't hate as well. Cejudo is a smart fighter. I just don't think he's as smart as he thinks he is what I would say. On that glorious panel, Argenti reminded me of Foreman after 12 rounds of rope-a-dope. You are a rope-a-doper than him. Yo, Frankie, tell Cheddarhead I'm sorry about Dariush's death. Cheddarhead, man, I'm really sorry about Dariush's death. How you doing, Sniff, by the way, man? Shout out to you. I like Bastion, the best of all. Bastion's an amazing game. I love that game. Yuri, I still haven't had the stomach here to go back. Stipe's not that bad either. Stipe gets a big boost, Jed. Just for anyone who changes it up in the middle of a fight, I've got maximum respect for. You rendered him down to a puddle of filler words. You know. I would say I still haven't gone back to look at that stream because I know that it would just be so cringe. But the fact that he's still upset about it shows me that it must have been worse than I thought. Fuck anyone streaming right now. UFC is on early tomorrow. This is what I'm saying. We've got to get the beauty sleep in, boys. Because it's a really early start. I've got shit to do tomorrow in the morning. So I've got to be very careful here. But I will be on tomorrow at some point. When, I'm not sure. What I might do is jump on really early, like 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, my time, which is really fucking early for you guys. and then stream for maybe 3 or 4 hours while the football is on, and then go off. Watch Jordan's account. Hang on a second. Jordan Aristi is this guy. It's this guy here. So you type in this name. Let me help you out here, because this guy is very, very amusing. Can you check Talon49 stream? He is a kid saying the N word with the ER. Oh dear. Talon. Does it say little T? Oh, look, it says this. Yo, it's Talon. My old account got... Let me just throw this up real quick and see if it's the same person. All right, City Life Project is about to go live, which means I'm going to head off in a minute. But before I do that, fucking hell, my head is pounding. Is Talon this guy? Is this Talon? It isn't fake, by the way. WMC, Rick is live and playing the guitar. That sounds like a good time. I like people that have actual talents and don't just mumble on here. N word with neighbor. Could be neighbor. I feel racist now for assuming that. Is it this guy? We should offer this guy absolutely no support. I think that's where I'm headed. Yeah. So what I'm going to do is I think City Life Project is on now. Fight Fairy's on now as well. Gummy, man, all the people are on. We've got Jordan Aristi, we've got Orange Cat, we've got Fight Fairy, we've got Lorenzo Predicts, and we've got Gummy Gang. I'm going to turn this off now. Anyway. Peace out, big City Life for the win. I would say if you want somebody who actually talks decently about MMA and is a good dude, I would head over to City Life Project. It was good to see you as well, Tiff. 2 women back to back. Did you see that? Tell all your friends. We had 2 women messaging back to back. Lose your shit. I'm going from totally not my account to Jordan's stream. I might turn up there for a little while just to see what you get up to. Rage baiting him is a beautiful feeling. Anyway, guys, if you've got any links you want to post in, please feel free to do so. I will catch you boys tomorrow. I'll be on at some point. I'm going to be awake for a little while, but I'm not going to I figure I might as well get off now and at least lay down for a bit. Guys, thank you so much for supporting the stream. If you wouldn't mind liking, subscribing if you're not done so far. I do usually stream a couple of times a week, 3-4 times a week. But if you were very disappointed from tonight's stream, I would suggest not subscribing because it doesn't get any better from here. Lead the frankest empire in a raid. I appreciate that. And shout out the channel as well. Gusher, thanks for turning up, man. It was really a pleasure. Much as always, I love all you guys. It's 3 o'clock in the morning right now, so I better wind down for the night. I'll see you guys tomorrow. I'm going to be far more alert tomorrow, I'm hoping, because I said I'm a little bit dazed and confused. I'm amazed that I got through this, to be honest. Have a wonderful rest of your evening, wherever you are. I hope you have peace and prosperity in your life. And I will see you all tomorrow. Would you say Stipe is number 5 after those guys? He does get a lot of credit for the body shots. And he's obviously got more to his work than that, but I'd have to put some thought into it. Cheddar, take it easy. If you ask me again tomorrow, Rays, I'll put a little bit of thought into it. For sure. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Shout out to all of you. Much love. In a bit, guys.